Hello my dear student from 6th grade. I'm here again to explain you one of the most important topics that we're going to study in this second content from the third term. So I want you to take notes and pay as much attention as possible, okay? So get ready for it. The topic that we're going to study is called the present perfect tense. This is one of the most important topics when speaking English in real life. So when I use the present perfect tense, pay attention to this. I use the present perfect to talk about actions that started in the past and have continued into the present. For example, in this example, the sentence that is in present perfect is this sentence. I have lost my wallet. That means yo he perdido mi cartera. I can tell this sentence because of something that happened in the past and that continues in the present. In the past, this man, he says, I dropped my wallet yesterday. Perdí mi cartera ayer. And now, in the present, he say, I don't have my wallet now. No tengo mi cartera todavía o ahora. So, according to this situation that happened in the past and in the present, I can tell the sentence, oh, I have lost my wallet. He perdido mi cartera. This sentence refers to something that happened in the past and continues in the present. So, this is the sentence in present perfect. You can take notes of it. In the present perfect tense, there are two important aspects to learn. The first one is that in the present perfect tense, to create questions or answers is obligatory and essential to use the auxiliary have and the auxiliary has. We use the auxiliary have when the subjects are I, we, you, or they, and the auxiliary has when the subjects are he, she, or it. Okay, this is important to learn because you are gonna need to use both have or has in different examples. So this is the first and most important aspect from this topic. The second important aspect of the present perfect is that in the sentences, when I want to write a sentence, a question, a negative sentence in the present perfect tense, it's essential, and I would say that the most important thing to write a perfect sentence in present perfect is to conjugate the verbs in the sentences in the past participle form. So in the previous topic that we studied, when we study the present simple, we use the base form of the verbs. In the previous term, when we studied simple past, we remember that when we study the verb list and we practice the past simple of the verbs, we use the simple past form. But in the present perfect, guys, pay attention to me, we use the past participle form. In questions or in answers, I always use this conjugation, okay? So pay attention to some examples. These are some questions in present perfect, and these are some answers in present perfect. So pay attention to these questions. Have you ever been in a concert? Have you ever sung in a concert? Have you ever felt happy in a concert? The answers, yes, I have been in a concert. Yes, I have sung in a concert. Yes, I felt happy in a concert. In this question, if you notice, appear the two important aspects that I told you before. Okay? In the questions, I have the auxiliary have, and I have the verbs conjugated in past participle. Been is the past participle of the verb be. Sang, the past participle of the verb sing, that is cantar, and felt, the past participle of the verb feel, that is sentir. In questions and in answers, I use the past participle form of these verbs. Okay, this is past participle, and in the answer is also past participle. So what is the difference? That in a question, the auxiliary verb have goes at the beginning of the question, and then the past participle of the verbs, and in the answers, is the opposite. No, the have, the auxiliary verb have, is after the subject, and then the verbs in past participle. Okay. So this means, ¿has tú alguna vez estado en un concierto? Sí, yo he estado en un concierto. So this is present perfect questions and answers. Also, when I want to write a negative answer, it's the same. I just need to put the word not. Okay? Not. So for example, to this question, have you drawn some water in this place? No, I have not drawn water in this place. So this is an example of a negative sentence. In the present perfect, some important expressions to use in the sentence are the expression since, that means desde, and the expression for, that means por. We use since when I want to talk on a specific point of time. For example, I've been studying since 9 a.m. She has been a teacher since 2015. And we use for when I talk about a duration of time, okay, duración de tiempo, for 3 hours, for 2 hours. I have been studying for 3 hours. She will be in the office for 2 hours, okay? You can take notes of these examples, okay, guys? So now, let's play a game in which we are going to put into practice this, what we have studied so far. You can watch the video the times that you want, so let's play this game. This is like a quiz game. This says the question, have you played video games in a computer? So the correct answer, you know, is yes, I have played, is the correct answer. The next one, has your sister worn beautiful clothes? So the auxiliary verb of she is has, no? So she has, and the past participle is worn. She has worn beautiful ones. And finally, have you ever recorded a video yourself? So you say yes, I have recorded videos many times, okay? Because the word ever, that means alguna vez, I only use it for question but not in answer. So this is the answer. Next, and finally, choose the correct question in present perfect. As I told you before, I use the auxiliary verb at the beginning of the question. So it's, have you ever? Okay, right, it's incorrect because the verb is in present, so the conjugation in past participle is written. Have you ever written a poem? And the final question, has your sister seen the ocean? The auxiliary verb is has, so it's okay. But the past part, the verb in the question that is in past participle is always the same verb is the answer. So the answer is the last one. No, he has not seen the ocean. You can find, guys, this game in Recursos, and you can practice this game in that specific place. Guys, thank you so much for your attention, and I wish you the best. See you next class.